All right. Thanks for walking with Weaver, guys. I've had a lot of people asking what's going on with my feet. So here's what's going on with my feet. I feel like I'm really close to this camera though, so let me back that sucker up. Um, anyways, as you know, went to the podiatrist, and what she said was the what's wrong with my feet is I've asked my feet to go from 0 to what my feet are considering extreme pretty much overnight. She said, structurally, there's no bone spurs or anything like that that's going on. So she suggested to change up my format of my runs, and do what she said is considered close to a Galloway format, I guess you could call it, of running, which is basically running for X number of minutes and then walking for X number of minutes. But it's a structured or timed run to help bring my feet along. She said my feet are being stubborn is what it is. And so what I did is I've used a timer, which you'll hear in the background because I'm actually recording the timer to show you, hopefully split screen. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. I've never done that before. To show you split screen what I'm talking about. And I also did a run with it the other day, and recorded that run to show you what I'm talking about. And like I said, you'll hear it in the background too in about 1 second. So that noise right there is part of it. And doing a structured and timed run will help bring my feet along, whereas before my run walk sequence there was nothing structured to it. It was, I would run until that next oak screen, or oak tree, or to that next corner, or whatever it might be, and then I would walk for however long, and then I'd run again. So she said that along with icing when I'm done running and some stretching and things like that would help get me through this wall or over this hurdle or whatever phrase you want to use. And she said more than likely my feet will rebel again. She said it might be at mile 10, 15, 20. She can't tell me when my feet will rebel again. But then we'll have to work on how to get it over that next hurdle. So anyways, that's what we're doing. And typically Saturdays are my long mile days. And she said, so take those long mile days, cut it in half. So for example, if it's a 20-mile day, cut it down to 10 miles. And those 10 miles, even cut that in half and do an AM run and a PM run. So therefore, if it was originally supposed to be a 20-mile day, cut it down to 10 miles, and then do 5 miles in the morning and 5 miles in the evening, which yesterday was my first day of doing that. And, my feet, they did okay. At the end of the day, were they hurting some? Yeah, they were, but I iced them and rolled them with my little massaging tennis ball thing after both times. And today, Sunday morning, there's the timer again. Today is Sunday morning. I'm feeling it a little bit, but I'm gonna be stretching them and rolling them out and trying to stay off of them, as much as I can today. And we'll see what happens. I'm not supposed to run until Tuesday, so I think I'll be okay by Tuesday. The way that this timer run or this timer runs, it's a boxing timer that I have seen in use at boxing gyms and MMA gyms, and I actually used to use it when I was coaching, and my wrestlers probably love to hate it or hate to love it, depending on which way you want to use that, because I could set this timer and all the parameters you could set up yourself, which I think is a good thing. You could set each round as long as you want, and this app that I downloaded was free. There are paid versions, But this app, you could set up to 50 rounds, and I think in my 5-mile run, I think I ended up using either 17 or 18 rounds. And you could set the length of the round. Again, I did 2-minute rounds with a 2-minute break because that's what the podiatrist suggested to do for the first couple of weeks. 2-minute rounds or 2-minute runs and a 2-minute walk. And you can also set the length of the break as well. And then I'm going to do that for about 2 weeks, and then I'm going to cut the length of my break back. So I will go 2-minute runs and then maybe a 1.5-minute break, and then we'll go from there. And like she said, see if we can't coax my feet into stop being so stubborn. That's the way she phrased it. My feet are just being stubborn. And with this app, you can also you can also have it give you warnings when there's 10 seconds left. If you've ever watched a boxing or an MMA fight, you know, they have the paddles where they tell you when 10 seconds are left. You can have it do that as well. You can have it give you 10-second warnings, both when the round, or in this case the jogging, when there's 10 seconds left. And you can also have it give you a 10-second warning when your walking has 10 seconds left. For me personally, I've decided to leave the 10-second warning off. The only issues I've found is I might be sipping on some water and the bell rings and it's time to, you know, take off jogging, which, you know, no big deal. It might delay me another second or two. But anyways, so that's what's going on with my feet. Like I said, so I'm using this timer. I'm icing my feet after every run, and I am stretching and using the massaging tennis ball after each run, and doing some stretches, which I've never had to stretch my feet before. But you know, we'll give that, you know, a couple of weeks, and if that doesn't work, I'll figure something out, go back to her. She is a runner, Lori Gant or Grant, I forget her name. She is a runner, so you know, I definitely felt confident and comfortable going with her, because even at the end she was like, you know, she didn't say, I'd like to schedule another appointment and I'll see you again in 2 weeks, and then she would take more money from me. She's just like, come back and see me if you need me again. So you know, I definitely felt, like I said, confident and comfortable going to her. So anyways, that's what's going on with my feet. Hopefully that answers your questions. And again, those of you who are just starting out or getting ready to start out, if you have these issues, I'm not saying this will solve your problem. I'm not saying it'll solve my problem, but I'm saying I'm going to give it a shot. And this timer app, even if you don't have any issues, it might be a good way to start, because if you're not sure how to start, you know, and you want to start jogging, this might be a good way to help put one foot in front of the other. How long do I jog? I don't know. Well, let me get this timer and let me go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to jog for 2 minutes, and set that timer for 2 minutes and set it for 5 rounds. You know, you don't have to go 50 rounds, 17 rounds, whatever. Go for 5 rounds. Set it for 2 minutes and set a 3-minute, you know, rest break. I think is what it calls it, is a break. You know, 2-minute rounds or a 1-minute round and a 3-minute break. It's okay. Again, just put one foot in front of the other. You don't have to jog at all. Walk. It doesn't matter. You know, just get out there and do something, and it's all good. So anyways, yeah, that's my update on my feet, and thanks for walking with me.